RCdiy. Stay safe and have fun.
Today we're going to take a look at mix scripts. Mix scripts in OpenTx take inputs such as sticks and switches, and they can also take in channels. The inputs and the script are selected from the custom script screen. These scripts then produce an output which are then used as inputs in mixes. You can have up to 7 mix scripts active per model. They can be used more than once by the same model, and they can be used by different models. They are selected and configured using the transmitter, unlike with some of the other scripts where you can use companion to configure and test them. And mix scripts do not display to a screen. When you receive a mix script, you place it on the SD card in the Scripts Mixes folder. The file name is 6 characters, a period, followed by LUA. Now let's take a look at an example of how to set up a mix script. So you right click on the link and you download the linked file. If you click on the link, you'll get to look inside the file. It's a plain text file with instructions on how to use the file, followed by the actual script itself. In this example, the script itself is barely 4 or 5 lines of code. Once again, this is just an example of what a mix script is. The actual mix scripts you use are going to probably be quite a bit more interesting. So once you've downloaded the file, you will need to move it to the SD card on the transmitter. You locate the scripts folder, then you locate the mixes folder. If it isn't there, create it, MIXES, and now you move the file that you've downloaded into that folder. Now, some operating systems and some browsers will add a .txt extension to the file that you downloaded. You need to rename that file to .lua. Once you've done that, eject the drives mounted from the transmitter, turn off the transmitter and power it back on. Now the following steps that I'm going to show you using Companion, you will actually be doing on the transmitter. So once again, I'm showing you how to do the steps over here in the Companion simulator, but you need to do these steps on the transmitter directly. The reason for this is that OpenTx Companion, when it comes to mix scripts, you are not able to configure mix scripts using Companion. I am only using Companion so that you get a clearer view of what I'm doing, as opposed to using an overhead camera through which the screen of the transmitter may not be visible clearly. So once you have the transmitter powered on, select the model that you will be editing to add the mix script to. Click on page repeatedly until you get to the custom script screen. Press enter and then press enter again and select the script. Now you'll see over here that this script has two inputs. When you see these three dashed lines, that means that the input will be something like a stick or a channel or a switch. And if you see a pre-populated number over here, such as 0 or any other number, that means you're configuring some sort of ratio or percentage or some value that the script is going to use. So in this case, we're going to go down there, we're going to select input, and for simplicity, we are just going to select the throttle. You can change the whatever default value shows up over here. In this case, I've got the defaulting to 5. Often it will default to 0 if it is a value input. And over here, you can take note of what the output is called. In this case, the output is called GTST. Now, because I selected throttle, and when I move the throttle stick, I can see that the throttle changes the output over here. So once you're satisfied that the input you've selected is producing a useful output, exit out of this screen and move on to the mixer screen. So in the mixer screen, for this example, I'm just going to use a channel that doesn't have any inputs. I'm not going to add a mix like I normally would. For the source, you can long press enter and select Lua Scripts. And now you notice that this source name shows up over here as an input, as it the same name as the output in the custom scripts screen. So I've selected the output from the script as an input over here to the mix. Exit out of there. And now up here in the channel monitor, as you move the throttle, you can see that channel 5 is changing its value accordingly. And that's it. This is a very simple introduction to what a mix script does. As you can see, the script really isn't doing anything very helpful. I suppose you could use it to link your throttle and elevator so that if you have an airplane that noses up, when you give it full throttle, you could mix in a little bit of down elevator. But OpenTx has a much better way of doing that already without adding the complication of a Lua script. But stay tuned. There is an interesting Lua script coming up that has been written on request from one of the viewers. So take care and have a nice day, and hope to see you soon. Please like, subscribe, become a patron, and follow the links below.